We're starting. Oh, there it is. Yo, what's up, people?
Yo.
This is what you're working on right now with Bethany Bauman. You already know me. I'm Shabazz Larkin because you're following my page, The Path of Shabazz. And I really started to get together with people who I respect, admire, or am curious about. And you were one of the first people that I talked to because I had just done a talk at Pachaka Cha, and you sent me a text. You're like, "Great job!" And then I was like, "Yo, what are you working on right now?" And you started telling me all kinds of crazy stuff, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna." I started asking you a bunch of questions, and you were like, "This is getting awkward." There's a lot of questions, Shabazz. A lot of questions. And so then I was like, all right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start a podcast where people have to consent to being asked questions before I start.
I love it.
And so you birthed this. You birthed these conversations just from our little text exchange. And so now you're here today.
That's really sweet. I'm so happy to be here. And I love when people take a little seed of an idea and just make it into a thing. You did it. You're doing it.
Well, you're definitely somebody who does that. Okay, so you living here in Nashville, you're working on what we would call like environmental design. Is that right?
Yeah. I would call it full scope brand design specifically for hospitality spaces with a unique and interesting niche in historic redevelopments.
Whoa, okay. That's what you got on your LinkedIn profile?
No.
That's a lot. I can't repeat that.
I mean, it's all a work in progress, right? Like the minute we define ourselves, it feels like it doesn't fit because hopefully we're always growing and changing, and it's anything creative, anything in the arts, it's an ongoing practice. And what I'm doing today is different than what I'm doing tomorrow, and that's the gift of it.
Yo, how do you define yourself?
Sorry?
How do you define yourself?
I thought you said how do you find yourself? And I was like, I don't know, sir.
I mean, that's a good question too.
How do I define myself? I mean, my background's in graphic design. And I kind of have morphed that by circumstance and personal interest into adapting brand conversations to environmental spaces. So, some people on like physical product, some people work on, digital product, these ethereal spaces, whatever. And for me, it's a physical space that really gets me going.
Man, the thing that I really think is interesting about what you do is that you have found a way to parlay graphic design into some really interesting spaces. And I'm really curious about that because like, I'm just like, I mean, honestly, I'm just envious. I want to do the same thing. And so I'm like, I look at what you're doing and it's like, it has no limits and no bounds. And so before I even go any further, like I would love for you to share with us what you're working on right now. Are you open to, you have like things you want to share on your desktop?
Yeah.
Okay, hit the share screen button and let's see what you're working on right now.
We'll just do the whole let's see.
Yeah,
if I do this, is that showing up here?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Oh, but you're seeing like really small.
No, I see it. Make it big.
Hold on.
Oh no, you're just sharing one thing. You gotta share your whole screen or something.
Yeah, hold on. Remember that grandma moment.
Don't stop calling yourself grandma. Stop that.
No, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the whole screen. All right, now we got Inception happening here. Okay. How's this?
Perfect.
Okay, so this is a building in downtown Omaha. It used to be a ConAgra office. It was built in 1980. 81. There's these two towers.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a little skywalk across here.
Mm-hmm.
And my client,
you built this building.
I did not build this building. No,
Oh,
sir.
shoot. Okay.
Many humans who are far more intelligent and have a very different skill set than I do built this in around the year that I was born. And then there's a public parking structure behind it. And my client punched through down the center of the building. So let me actually go back to this first one so you can see. So this used to be air. And he punched through with a glass corridor and then enclosed this curved wall. So we've got like, it used to be an office space and now it is apartments.
Okay, people live there. Okay.
Yep. So you can see where that curved wall is kind of like enclosed here. That's their little lobby where my arrow is. So it's called a duo, and went through a bunch of branding processes.
Wait, are you working? You're working with developers on this project?
Yes,
developers
architects, and they work with city planners.
How does it feel to work with developers? I mean, this it's sort of a problematic area of life.
Yes,
like working. Wait, open this thing back up so we can look at what we talk.
We're gonna look at this while we talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so working with developers, I think as a group of people, developers get a bad rap oftentimes.
Okay.
And I think there is a difference between a developer who is, I guess we would call it in the industry place making versus place keeping. And I have been so fortunate to predominantly work with developers who are interested in reactivating or re-engaging positive activity in spaces while celebrating history, while just how we interact with spaces is different over the years. And if a building is sitting vacant and unused, and then we also happen to have a housing crisis or a housing shortage, developers who want to offer housing while also making the most of a building that had been vacant before, those are my people.
Okay. All right. So what is this? I see a lot of.
This is a lot. We've been looking at a lot here while I've been talking about developers.
Yeah. What is this?
So this is basically a mind map of my weirdo brain, but also in conjunction with brilliant architects that I partner with. So we are kind of like trying to extract the attributes of this building to, the building's architecture, because the architecture is staying mostly the same, into what this building wants to be called and what this brand is. And so we've got these two buildings that are facing each other. So we went with this space versus light. We've got a lot of verticality happening. We've got these overlaps of, this glass corridor. Like, how does this inform what duo means and what the brand is? And so we essentially have duality happening. And then with the logo mark, I created a unique typeface that uses two lines. So all the letter forms are double lined to kind of reinforce this duality.
And so did you just do this graphic design, or does this start to get physical? Does this start?
This is all at this point digital graphic design.
This is where it starts.
Yes.
Okay. So how does this come to life? Show me how this comes to life.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
So remember that curved wall?
Yeah.
So we did a custom terrazzo pour.
Terrazzo. Okay.
Terrazzo.
Words. Let me Google terrazzo real quick.
No, you're good. This is a flooring that is terrazzo is a flooring that is similar to concrete, but you put specks of stone in it.
Yeah.
And if you go to the Nashville airport, that flooring is terrazzo.
And I actually knew what terrazzo was. I was just fucking.
Okay, it's really long lasting. And anyway, this is the first time that I was ever able to work on a project
beautiful.
That had, this is in process, right? So
you said this is the first time you ever did anything like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. You're super proud of this, aren't you?
I'm really proud of this. And you can kind of see the custom typeface.
When I go into a building, I've always wondered who are the ones that do the stuff like this And it's you. You're the one that's
Yes.
making the little marks on the ground. You're like pouring concrete with these dudes.
So again, I am not pouring the concrete. Again, people who are far.
All right,
This
okay.
is
So but you told them to pour the concrete. So and now you're showing off your fancy shoes.
No, my shoes are totally soaked.
Okay. That's so cool. And
yeah.
you designed this typeface.
Yes.
So okay, so you tapping into some typography too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what's crazy? Go back to that. The S is crazy. Go back to the S.
Whoops.
The S. Oh
my gosh.
The S is crazy. Oh no, wait, go back to West. Oh my gosh.
Go back. Oh,
Bethany, what is going on over there? That S is nuts. The S is kind of freaking me out because you don't know, like, man,
it's open.
It's open. It's a genius. It's a genius typography.
Mm,
okay, wait. All right. What else? What else did you make in this building?
Okay, so do we want to actually I'm going to show you this. Just walking through it, you can kind of see the space. It's pretty cool.
You fancy.
And I also wanted to show that in process because how something is when it's finished and polished is different than how it is when it's, in construction.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to the art. We were with the architectural team, we were looking a lot at this, curved feature wall that we had available right when you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking a lot about duality and we're thinking about lenticular prints.
That's so cool.
And sort of came up with this like Toblerone shape with an incredible resin artist in Omaha. And so we did this custom wallpaper and then applied these Toblerone shapes over the top of it. So these are
him? That's him?
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is color testing.
How did it turn out? How does this come out in the end?
Okay, so let's move forward. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
Uplit, bottomlit.
And you made all these things custom? Like these are all
I did not make them. We worked with Matt.
Hold on, wait a second. Why you keep doing that? Aren't you the one who designed this? Why you keep on trying to like take away? Why is that? What's up?
I'm not taking away, Shabazz. I'm just acknowledging that like nothing happens in I work alone and nothing happens in a
silo. You're all a team.
That's right.
You're a team. So you're a part of the team. So you could take credit for it too, Bethany.
Yeah.
Stop trying to give everybody else credit.
Okay, Shabazz, stop calling me out.
No, that's what we're here for.
These things are just
so pretty though. What great colors. This is
yes. And it just really elevates the space. So
this is
these are affectionately called our Toblerones, because they remind us of the chocolate candy.
So
you know what Toblerones are?
Yeah, the candy in the airport.
Airport candy.
I don't know why. Okay, cool.
Okay, so now we've got exterior signage, and again, this building is still in construction, and I could show it.
They gotta clean those windows, Bethany. I'm just saying, like, it's really great design, dirty ass windows.
This is in construction, Shabazz. You don't ever want to clean windows until the building's done.
This is so beautiful. This is
so
great.
Fun.
You're that person making like the graphics and the colors. I've always wanted to know. So is this like kind of part of interior design? Is this?
Yes, some of it is. So we'll just that's a great segue. We'll move into here. So with the architectural team and the interior designers, we had an elevator bay that was HVAC. We needed it they converted it to an HVAC situation. So we needed an art piece to act as an airflow intake.
So you turn the airflow into a piece of art?
Correct.
Genius.
So it's backlit and
but this is like an old building that you're converting. You're like redoing an old space, right?
Right.
So this is interesting. This sort of like really just like it's kind of like remix of the past.
Yes.
Oh wait, that was a real picture?
Yeah, this is the actual.
Let's get the videos. Yeah, play the videos. Play the
Italian.
videos. Ooh.
So pretty fun.
Ooh, it changes colors when you walk by
Okay, so
it.
Shabazz, that is a flat printed piece.
What?
Yes.
That's so dope.
Isn't
But
that
wait,
so
is there
fun?
air coming through it or something?
There is
Or
so there's a
on the
4
back?
there's a 4-inch border around it that is intaking air.
Oh, I see that now.
Like, in there's it's
That's
like
really creative.
right? So again, full team. So yeah, that's kind of like where the interior
So fly.
integration comes into play. So this is that same going back to the lobby. This is a little bit more advanced, and as you can see, the windows are a little bit cleaner. So we kind of like brought this,
Mhm.
with the interiors team. We talk about where there are opportunities in this building, and we kind of integrate, where the furniture, what finishes are working with art
So
opportunity.
you just finished this project. Are you allowed now? Ooh, listen, we're going to the bathroom?
We're
Okay.
going to the bathroom.
Let's go to the bathroom. This is so fly.
Like a little
Can I
sunset.
get this bathroom? I want this bathroom in my house. Oh, is that like a mural up there?
Uh-huh, but it's printed. The digital
Printed mural?
digital
Okay.
situation. Yeah.
Oh, and the moon in the corner. I saw the moon.
Yes.
Wait,
So then
where did you get this mural from?
the image is like a found image.
I found an image and you sort of printed it in some wallpaper.
Uh-huh.
That's really cool. Like where did you go to do that? Like what is it just
Okay,
like
so yeah, the printing is from this group called Revolution Wraps. They actually got their start doing vehicle wraps.
okay.
And then they do these like wall covering treatments. This is, you can see across to the other tower now
Mhm.
that it's
Oh wow, that's
under
cool.
construction. So yeah, then we have, sorry, I'm like flying through this now. Then we have wayfinding, like all of the signage
Do
with,
you enjoy doing all these things?
I do. I think it's really fun to like keep it, and we have our double line to kind of execute these ideas in a full scope. If I was just doing signs, I think I would be sad.
Right.
Even if I was just doing art, I think I would be sad. Not sad, so that's not the right word, but it feels so fun to have all of these
Right.
aspects of my brain like involved.
Hey, I saw on your Instagram page, I saw you painting a mural.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What was that? Show me that. What was that
Stop
project?
sharing my screen.
What was
Painting
that
mural.
about?
That was for I'm working on a hotel project in Gainesboro, Tennessee,
Uh-huh.
and that developer owns a couple buildings on the town square, and he wanted to paint his logo on the side of a brick wall, and we couldn't find anyone to do it. And so I was like, you know what? It's been a while. I'll go and do that.
Do it
So
yourself.
my friend
Yo,
Caitlin and I did it. We had some help with a beautiful lift that we affectionately named Sally. But yeah.
okay, so I've learned a couple of things from you. First of all, you're brave as fuck. You'll do whatever you want. And like I am really curious about like where'd you get this bravery from? Where'd you get the guts to just be like, all right, I'm just gonna design your building. I'm gonna design your you start as graphic design. Like this is an unconventional story, Bethany.
Yes.
Like most graphic designers are sort of making logos and designing websites. You're designing people's buildings.
Mm.
I'm like, I don't even, you're like, like, and then you just, oh, now I want to do a mural. I'm gonna do this. And I've seen that you've worked on like, leather goods. I've just seen you working on all kinds of stuff. Where you get the bravery to do that?
I don't know if it's bravery or delusion or you know what, I think it actually is just connection. I love humans. I love connecting with humans, and the people that I've done those projects with and for are actually why I do it.
Mm,
And at the time, it doesn't seem brave, even though I am actually terrified of heights. For that particular client, I just wanted him to have, what he wanted. And he's such a sweet human. And I want to see him succeed. And if that means painting on some brick a couple feet in the air, then we do it.
All right,
And
man.
also it's an opportunity to have like a different kind of week. It's interesting to like load up a bunch of stuff in the car and drive to Gainsborough and be on a lift and use my hands and be outside and talk to humans who are walking by and asking questions. It's very different than sitting at a computer or sketching.
Yeah, you're kind of an adventure junkie. Like you're always. I think I was talking to you at one point. You're like, man, you love an adventure.
I
You're
do.
always like trying to kind of going different places, traveling around the world. Is that
That's true.
that's your vibe?
That's true. Cool.
Okay, all right, so we're like, all right. Let me ask you the second part of this conversation. Just like, what are you working on personally? Maybe this is a good time to like, yeah. What do I think that this part of this thing that's these conversations is interesting to me is that everybody is working on something in their career, or if not, you don't call it a career, in your community, or you know, but then also everybody has something that's like fueling their personal growth,
Mm,
like developing as a human being,
mm,
and growing as a person, and this sort of like in your spiritual growth.
mhm.
If you call it that, you might not call it that. You might call it something else. But like,
With that.
I have a theory that everybody's working on something, and sometimes it's like just, getting up at a certain time, for
Mm.
some productivity. Sometimes it's like just trying to see the world differently. I don't know. But what about you? Like, what in your personal growth journey, what are you working on right
There
now?
are so many things.
Okay.
I don't know if you experience this, but I feel like I have so many ideas of what I wanna do, and oftentimes in the path between having the idea and executing the idea, I have all sorts of naysaying towards myself where I'm like, "Oh, we don't have money for that." We being me. "I don't have money for that. I don't have time for that. That's silly. That's stupid. Don't do that. No one's gonna like that." And and then sometimes I'll, um, be in a mental space where I'm like, "No, we're doing this, and none of that stuff matters. We're gonna break through. This idea gets to live and not be killed off by whatever that energy is." So, I right now am trying to train for a bike ride that I'm trying to do, in Ireland this summer. And I spent all day yesterday working in the garden.
Wait a second. Hold on. Pause on the bike ride. When
Yeah.
you say a bike ride, is that like, is this a bike ride? Is it like a marathon or something? Is
No,
this like
no,
a group of
it's
people doing this?
it's
Like,
not a
what's
race.
doing a bike ride?
It's not a race. It's just me solo riding from one place in Ireland to another place, from one group of friends to another group of friends, and to see my godson. So, it's been something my godson is, gosh, 10, and I've gone to see him every other year about since he was born, in on this island called Achill Island in the west of Ireland. And, our mutual friend actually, uh, Ashlyn and Adam, they just
Oh,
got
really?
a
Oh, you
farm
know
in
Ashland?
yeah,
Oh, Ashland,
they just
man.
got a farm in Ireland, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go see them and ride from their place to Achill. So,
Why are
just,
you doing that?
um because I've been there for a couple times, and every time I go, I see other people riding their bikes on this pathway and this road, and I'm like, "Man, this would be such a beautiful road to see on bike." It's such a different pace than in a car, um, and yeah, it's just been on my list of things that I want to do for so long, and I hope that this summer is time,
Okay.
perhaps. Yeah.
Okay. Well, You know, the thing that I think that you do a lot of things, and I think that it's interesting. I really like have something to learn from you because I do a lot of things as well, but like I'm not sure that I kind of execute them as mm, intently and like with so much power as you do. And I think that I find myself often feeling like a little bit of a squirrel in like being tested on and like, oh, this is here. Oh, this is here. Oh. I'm just kind of chasing the laser around. Wait, is that a cat? Maybe it's a cat chasing a laser around. And I think it can be pretty exhausting.
Mm,
And I think that for me, I'm learning how to. Someone said that you have to say no to the things that you want to do so that you can wait. You have to say no to the things that you want to do so that you can say yes to the things that you really fucking want to do.
right.
And I'm sort of in a place of learning just like what are the things that I really fucking want to do. And
Mhm.
that's actually a really hard question for me because sometimes I think maybe the things that I really fucking want to do, like I don't really see how that will ever come. So I might just go do some things that like, okay, this is interesting to me and it's got some
Mhm.
movement. And so, but movement doesn't always equal clarity. Movement doesn't always equal like what's best for me.
Mm.
Movement doesn't always equal like like a purposeful path. And so sometimes I can find myself like down a road lost. Like, how did I get here? Do I want to be here? And then I have to find my way back. Do you experience this at all and all the things that you get into?
Like aggressively shaking my head. I feel like that's part of it. That we are so blessed and fortunate to have that many ideas because the flip side of that is to never have an idea ever or to never have anything that you want to do. And I think it's such a beautiful practice. I have not arrived to this, so if you figure out how to do it, please share with me. But how to sit and watch some ideas pass by and say, "Thank you so much for visiting me. Now's not the time. Maybe come back later," or "Thank you so much for visiting me. You're not it." Or, like, hmm as you were talking about squirrels, I was thinking about I recently heard this statistic, and who even knows if statistics are real, but that squirrels forget 80 to 85% of their nuts that they hide. And if my yard is any indication of that being true, it feels very true. Um, that this yeah, like, while we're distracted by something that we think we wanna do, we're saying no to something that we really, really, really wanna do. Or for me, it's kind of like big ideas versus small ideas. If it's gonna take me a couple of hours to execute this idea and explore and discover, cool, let's go for it. But if the idea that I have is so big, like I wanna redo something in my house, and it's probably gonna take 2 years to do the work and to save up for it, and it's like, "Oh, sometimes I'm just tired." Um, and sometimes those ideas that make us tired come a knocking again, and they're like, "No, no, no, you're not gonna forget me. We're doing this."
And you
So, I
follow it.
just
You jump into it.
sometimes, yeah, I just wanna normalize that and, like, encourage you in that because I think a lot about the flip side of what's the alternative to having too many ideas? Oh, I'm sorry. Poor us. We have so many ideas. That's awesome.
I don't think it's about having too many ideas. I think it's about having the wisdom to know which one to chase down. And I love what you shared when you said, "Hey, like having the ability to uh to say, hey, an idea has visited like, and I'm gonna let it pass. Shoot, I sat down with Maria Magdalena Campos Pons for the Museum of Presence a little while ago, and she said that she has more unfinished ideas in her studio than she, has ones that she's completed. And she's got a rap sheet that starts at 1983 for making incredible world changing art. So I really respected to know that, hey, I wasn't alone in that. But I'm also not a MacArthur Genius Grant Award. So like, I think that sometimes for me, like, I'll get caught up with the thing that I need today rather than the thing that makes me happy. And like when money gets tight, I sort of forget my studio practice. I go to like, oh, let me go hustle up some kind of job, rather than focusing in on the core of my practice. And then when it comes time to have an art show, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything here. I don't have anything in here. I've been sort of like, drumming up, commissions and things to pay my bills. So it's a kind of like a weird balance to be in. And anyways,
it's all about perspective too. I mean, how many times have you looked in your studio and said, oh, I don't have anything around here, and your first thought is, that's because I sold it all?
Yeah, that is a problem. That too is a problem. Or lent it out to people. That's actually what I do a lot of. I do a lot of lending, and then everybody's borrowed my stuff around town. And a lot
I
of
do
times,
see it. I do see your work in a lot of places.
I just lend it out. What's good is it gonna be? It's gonna be just sitting in my studio doing nothing. Like, just go be in the world. I guess maybe some people would disagree with that perspective, but
I want to flip this question back onto you, if you don't mind.
All right, go ahead.
I want to know what you're working on.
You know what? I actually, speaking of new projects, I am working on a new project. So, like I said earlier, like, I started this Museum of Presence a few years ago, and this was a really great project to talk about what's happening in neighborhoods and in the Nashville community through the lens of the artists. And I've decided to sort of put a little pause on the Museum of Presence to do a spinoff. It's still sort of part of the Museum of Presence network, but this is actually the first time I'm talking about this publicly. Is that I'm doing a project that's really about getting people engaged, civic engagement, and to get people involved. I think that our world, especially here in Tennessee, they've gerrymandered our state. So to sort of remove the voices of all the people in Nashville and Memphis and Jackson and all the sort of like places throughout Tennessee, it's not really a Black problem. It's a problem for the people. They've removed our ability to have a voice by dividing up our neighborhoods in weird ways to sort of discount any voice that's a resistance to the sort of government. And I think that people have a belief that we're just outnumbered and there's nothing that we can do. Unfortunately, that's the furthest from the truth. There are definitely more people that don't want these sort of draconian laws that are being placed on us. And there are more people. It's just that there is less belief in our communities that voting or being engaged in civic, civic engagement matters.
Yeah.
And so the only difference between those that are sort of believing in some kind of progressive ideas and those who don't is that they come and vote. And so I think that I just wanted to take some time to educate young people who are not aware
Hmm.
about what their power actually is. I think that young people, there's a movement of young people getting on Instagram and screaming and being angry and yelling, and that's really great. However, yelling on Instagram isn't enough.
Yeah.
And we think if we just do that, if we just get angry enough, that'll be enough. But I'm creating a paper to teach, to help inspire the young people and the underinformed, not just young people, but like people like me, honestly, who know there's an election, but like, what day is it again? When
Right.
do I go? How do I get involved? Is there anything I can do other than yell, and be angry, or turn off, turn everything off? That's me. I
Mhm.
just choose to turn off the news and not look at anything. Is there anything that we can do other than be angry? And the truth is, there's a lot, and there's a lot more that we could do other than voting as well.
Right.
And so, like I want to sort of leverage what I've built with the Museum of Presence for a few seasons, to, especially before, ahead of the midterm elections, to inspire us to say, hey, we are not powerless.
Yeah.
And so I'm creating a magazine. It's called The Power. So I'm putting the power in the hands of the people in Tennessee. And this is, the Museum of Presence was just for Nashville. The Power magazine, we're building a network to distribute it all throughout Tennessee.
Cool.
And so to really have a movement on what's happening in this state, hopefully happening in this country. People don't know it, but they're using Tennessee as the training ground for what they want to do nationwide. So the kind of things that we saw in Handmaid's Tale was a weird dystopian future, and it's actually really close to what they want. And it's kind of disturbing. They're actually been really successful here in town in Tennessee. And so when they go to the Voters' Rights Act, they made a pathway to all that. When they took over the Supreme Court, they made a pathway to all of that. And so I am just I'm sort of forming a little bit of a communication just to inspire people. No one speaks to the youth, and everybody talks like they're old men. But the truth is, the people that actually made the most impact in history when it comes to civil rights were people under the age of 30.
Right.
John Lewis was 21 when he led the students. Diane Nash was a child, was a baby. As young as 15 years old, these people are making the movements in our country. So I think that the future is our youth. The future is sort of the younger generations, the ones that don't even know anything about politics, but know what happens in their community. And so I'm creating a little thing to sort of inspire that ass, okay?
Mhm.
And to get people to sort of realize that I have power, and there's something. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your power. I want you to figure out what to do with your power. I just want you to know that you have it.
You have it.
And where to get it, and who's got it from you right now.
Mhm.
So that is what that is, and I haven't talked
Cool.
about it publicly, but that's
So printed paper that you're distributing, and then do you have like an online community component to it, or?
I hope so. I mean, yes. So it is a printed paper. There will be an online digital component. I'm still figuring out exactly how all that goes. But yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Thanks for asking.
Of course. That feels like what you're working on professionally and personal crossover, but is there anything else? Like, because my question, the question that you posed to me was professional and then personal, and I'm curious if you have anything personal outside
Yeah.
of
I mean,
what you're working on.
what I was saying to you earlier about learning how to say no is actually, I'm in
Mm.
my no season. I'm in a season of saying no. So anybody who's watching this and thought, "Oh, I'm gonna hit up Shabazz and ask him to do that," sorry, it's a no.
Yeah, I heard you were lending out art. Can I have some?
Yeah, it's actually, that is still a yes. That is still a yes. You can come by anytime and just grab a piece. I don't care. I'm pretty open with it. Like I like the sharing is caring, and I care. So get it out of my studio. I need space. I'm also working on a new collection of work, just a new body of work. I was really inspired by a project that I did last year, and it's just I do want to get rid of all the old stuff. I want to get rid of all of it. I just take it because the new stuff that I'm sort of dreaming up is just, I don't know. It's it's what I want to do. So anyways, yeah, that was the personal answer as well. So anyways, I appreciate you taking some time. We're at 40 minutes. But I appreciate you taking time to sit with me and share such beautiful work that you're doing in Omaha. Like I'm just like, like I think that's such a rad thing. Hey, if anybody wants to know more about this, like how do they get in contact with you?
My business is called Embody Design Co. And that's at embodidesign.co. And you can send me a message at Bethany at embodidesign.co if that's your vibe.
Fly. I hope your inbox is flooded with people that ask you really great questions about your work, because it really is beautiful. It's really interesting, and I don't think a lot of people know how to take that path and how to get on that path. And I, for one, am very grateful to got some firsthand. I'm glad that you let me ask you all kinds of questions.
Thanks, Shabazz. Thank you for asking me. Thank you for inviting me to chat with you, and it's always good to see you.
Bethany Bauman, what you working on right now? Great. Peace. Thank you.
Bye.